Hello all, I'm doing a video to help illustrate a question I have regarding the Axis and Allies Air Force Miniatures Angels 20 set that just came out last week. Very cool game. Anyway, it involves attacking and firing in position and to hit numbers. Let me explain a couple of basics first. A firing arc concept. It's pretty cut and dry. You got your attacking plane here. Can only attack planes in its forward firing arc as illustrated by the Nerf discs here. We've got a 7 hex radius there, area I guess, that attacker can target an opponent there. So that's pretty cut and dry. Another example of that over here. So anyway, let's clear those out. So that's not the issue with the question I have. That's a pretty basic rule that makes a lot of sense. And the other related concept is the target aspect. It has to do with the relation of the target plane to the attacking plane. For example, if the Yak was firing at the Hurricane here, it would have a 2-hit number of 4 attacking through the rear hex, the 6 o'clock position. If the plane was turned, attacking through the 8 o'clock position, it would be a target of a success number of 5 or higher on a 6-sided die, unmodified. The hardest angle would be to shoot at it through the 10 o'clock or the 2 o'clock angles would be a to-hit number of a success target number of 6. So the target aspect rules goes down to clarify what happens if the target airplane is between 2 hex sides. Let's illustrate this here. I've got the 2 o'clock and a 4 o'clock position or sides. The Yak is the Hurricane is in the firing arc of the Yak, but the target the shot goes through 2, exactly between 2 hex sides. So this would normally be a success target of 5 or higher, 6 here. So what happens is, according to the target aspect rules, the ties go against the attacker to go for the defender. So we would use the harder to hit numbers, and he would have to go for a success number of 6 on the 6-sided die when he rolls his attack dice. Okay, so that does make sense. I considered that straightforward when I read that. And then we went to the examples of play. And this target aspect situation came up 3 times, but in the rules, the target aspect was only observed once. So the first example, in turn 1, we've got a P-40 that was in position to fire at a Tony. Tony's in the firing arc, as I described earlier. The Tony was lay out the 4 o'clock and 2 o'clock sides there, just like the example I just laid out describing this. Again, this is in the examples of play, turn 1. P-40 is shooting at the Tony, and it is observed that the shot goes between 2 hex sides and their target number of 6. Later in the turn, we've got quote-unquote the 0 with a much better shot, implying that he's got an easier attack number. We've got essentially the same situation. The only difference is the facing of the plane. But here we've got the 0 shooting, as I see it, between 2 sides. The shot goes exactly between a 2 o'clock and a 4 o'clock side. But according to the instructions here, example of play, the Zeke has a much better shot. It has 4 attack dice at range 2 and is shooting at the 4 o'clock arc, so assumes it is taking the easier arc, target number of 5. But I see this as going between 2 sides, so the same rules should have applied. The only difference, as I see it, is the Hurricane is facing this way, the Tony in relation was facing that way. It was still, both shots were going through the same 2 arcs, but just the facing of the plane. And the facing of the plane is not mentioned in the rules as far as target facing. So that's that. And this scenario actually happens again with the same two planes. These reposition and the same shot opportunity occurs in turn 2. So this is repeated, and the same thing is assumed that it's going through the 4 o'clock arc, even though it's going in between both. So I'm going to post this, certainly not to trash the game. I love what I've seen so far. I hope to be an expert at it. That's why I want to get the full understanding of the rules and get this clarified. So thank you for watching.